Okay, finding a comfortable seated position for you. Let's roll those shoulders up and back. So hips, shoulders, neck, and we'll find all sorts of good stuff along the way too. Again, roll those shoulders up and back and let the shoulders slide down and away. Close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. Turn your palms to face the sky, drape the wrists over the knees, index finger and thumb just gently touching. Big, full, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Just taking a moment to prepare the mind, to quiet the body for this journey. We give ourselves grace where we need it. We keep a sense of humor when we need it. We send our love, our breath into the areas of the body, the mind, the spirit that need a little extra today. We remain present right here within the four corners of the mat. As you inhale, open your fingers, spread them wide, feel the stretch across your palm. And then exhale, gently bring your middle finger and thumb to touch. Inhale, open your fingers, spread them wide, feel the stretch. And exhale, ring finger and thumb, gently touch. Inhale, open your fingers, spread them wide. And exhale, pinky and thumb, gently touch. Inhale, open your fingers, spread them wide. Turn your palms to your shins, just below your knees. Take a big breath in, press the chest forward, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow your tummy and chest, press your spine towards the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. One more time each direction. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. Inhale it up nice and tall. Reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, release your right arm down, left arm up and over. And we're going to sway twice each direction. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms come up one more time each side. Just getting that good long stretch all the way down the side body, into the hip. Oh my goodness, that feels good. Inhale, reach. And exhale, other side. Inhale, both arms up, reach high. Exhale, pull those elbows back and down, 3 cactus arms. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, pull. One more time, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, pull. Inhale, reach it high. And as you exhale, turn to the right, left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand behind you, sit up tall, and turn and look out over your right shoulder. Press your left shoulder down and away, and tuck your chin down towards that right collarbone. Inhale, reach it high, turn it back to face front. And exhale, we turn to the left, right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit, and turn and look out over your back shoulder. Right shoulder presses down and away. Inhale, reach it high, turn it back to face front. As you exhale, release that right arm down, left forearm crosses the crown of the head, and gently pull your head to the left. Relaxing the weight of the hand, the weight of the head, and press that right palm down towards the ground. Close your eyes. We lift that left arm just slightly, turn your chin down towards your right or left collarbone, place your hand to the back of the head and gently pull. Keep pressing that right palm down towards the ground. Releasing that left arm, pressing your palm down towards the ground. Turn your face back towards front and release your chin towards your chest. Inhale, head up nice and tall, reach it high. And exhale, release that left arm down, right forearm crosses the crown of the head and gently pull your head to the right, relaxing the weight of your hand and press that left palm down towards the ground. Eyes are softly closed, jaws relaxed. Just feeling what's going on with the body. We lift that right hand, turn your chin down towards your right collarbone, place your hand to the back of the head and gently pull down. Again, that left palm still pressing down towards the ground. Releasing that right arm, let it hang, pressing the palm down. Turning your face back towards front. Ear still leaning over that right shoulder. Left palm still pressing down. Release your chin down towards your chest. Roll those shoulders up and back. Let your shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, head up nice and tall, reach it high. And exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Releasing your hands and relaxing the weight of the upper body down. A little press of your tailbone towards the mat. Letting your tummy and chest nestle down into your lap. Nice big deep breaths. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. And exhale, release your arms. Just let them float down by your sides. Rock it back, switch. Other leg is in front. Inhale, reach it high. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head. And as you exhale, lean to the left. Lift that right elbow just as high as you can. Stretching all the way down that right side. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, lean to the right, lifting that left elbow just as high as you can lift it, stretching all the way down that left side. Inhaling it back to center, release your hands, open those arms out to a field goal, and we close those arms in front of us, bringing the elbows to touch, pinkies to touch. As you inhale, lift your fingertips towards the sky, lifting those arms, keeping those elbows touching, and then slowly bring it back down. Keep those elbows connected as you lift. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back down. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Keep the pinkies touching, keeping those elbows touching. And gently release it back down. Inhale, lift and extend, crossing those arms, bringing the hands behind you. Opposite hand to the back of the opposite shoulder. Opening, opening, opening. Chin off the chest. Doesn't matter which arm's on top. We're going to switch in just a second. As you inhale, extend the arms, crisscross other arm in front, bend the elbows, opposite hand to the opposite shoulder, shoulders rolled back, chin off the chest just as best you can. And extend those arms, reach it high, turn your palms to face front, 3 cactus arms, pull those elbows back and down, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, pull it down. Once more, inhale, reach, and exhale, pull. Inhale, reach it up, and as you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm up and over, we sway twice each direction. Inhale, both arms come up, and exhale, other side. Take it up and over. Keeping those sit bones glued to the mat, just moving side to side at the pace of your breath. I just want this to feel good. So as deep into it as feels good to you. Inhale, both arms come up, interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the sky, and we're going to roll the rib cage. Just a couple big circles. If you need more than a couple, do as many as feel good to you, and then feel free to reverse it. If you need a little extra, then more than 2, it's fine. Do what you need to do. And then lift those arms straight up overhead, lowering the arms down to shoulder height. Palms are facing out. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale, pull the hands in to heart center. Interlace the fingers, press it out. Hollow the tummy and chest. Inhale, pull it in. We're going to do that one more time. Hands to heart center, sit up tall, and then exhale, interlace your fingers, press it out. Hollow, and lift those arms up and overhead. And then give those arms a little shake. Releasing the hands, lowering those arms down as you shake. Get rid of any negative energy, any tension, any tightness in the neck, the shoulders, and the arms, and let those arms just gently hang. Let's walk the hands forward, releasing down. Head heavy, face soft. If you like, you can extend those arms out long. Otherwise, you can just stack those hands. You can support with your forearms, whatever feels good. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. And gently release your arms down by your sides. Let's open up those feet wider than the hips. Hands are behind you, propping yourself up nice and tall. We're just going to rock the knees side to side. Does not matter which direction you go first, just side to side. So this is a gentle stretch. We're going to get into a more intense version of this a little bit later, once those hips are super warmed up. One more time each side. If you need a couple more, take them. And we're going to sweep those feet around and come up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart. Knees are hip width. Take a big breath in, coming down into our cow pose. Lift your gaze, lift your sit bones. And then exhale, hollow your tummy and chest. Lift your spine, tuck your chin, hollow out. Feels good. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. One more time, each direction, inhaling it to cow. And exhaling it to cat. And coming back to our neutral spine, just sway those hips. You can roll the rib cage. I just want you to move in whatever direction feels good to you. Working all the different directions in the spine, lateral, hollowing, opening up, and then just coming back to your neutral spine. Let's sit those sit bones back towards your heels and walk those hands forward to child's pose. Find your breath. Quiet it down. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands to the right. Reach through your left fingertips and press your hips to the left. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Stretching all the way down that left side. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands back through center. Child's pose. Good breath in and out. And then we lift just slightly, walk your hands to the left, reaching through your right fingertips just as far as feels good to you. Press your hips to the right and relax the weight of your head down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center to child's pose. And once again, walk your hands back into tabletop. Wrists are directly below those shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide, giving yourself a good platform. We shift our weight to our left knee. Right knee is going to lift straight out to the side. We're going to make a big circle, taking the knee back, around and down, and open it out to the side. Keeping the core strong and doing your best to keep the rest of your body as still as possible. We're strengthening through the hips. We're getting that rotation, the mobility through the hips. And then reverse it. Keeping that core nice and strong. One more rotation. And go ahead and set that right knee down. And we shift our weight to that right knee, lifting the left knee straight out to the side. Big circle. Take it back, down, and around. Breathe. Two more rotations, and then we switch. How still can you keep the rest of your body? And we reverse it. So should feel a little fatigue, a little warmth in the hip. This is not an easy task. Kind of taxing, but so rewarding, so worth it. Last rotation, and bring it back to center. Walk the hands forward. Sit your sit bones back. Stretching out through the spine, through the shoulders. Arms extended out nice and long. Spread your fingers wide. We inhale it up to a modified high plank. Shoulders right over the fingertips. And exhale, press it back to child's pose. Inhale it back to that modified high plank. And exhale it back to child's pose. One more time, inhaling it up to high plank. This time, let those hips gently dip down towards the ground as you lift your gaze towards the sky, rolling those shoulders back to cobra. Core strong, level it back out to your modified plank. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. Feet are hip width apart, hands shoulder width. Lifting those sit bones high, feeling that long stretch on the backs of the legs. You are always welcome to bend those knees as much as you need to. Let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Whatever we do on our mats, we want to make sure that it feels good. That doesn't mean not challenging, but it means recognizing the difference between hurts so good and hurts so bad. We don't ever want to hurt so bad. Hurts so good, it's kind of like having too much of a good dinner. You kind of just want to go, oh my goodness, but it's so good you just can't help it. Inhaling up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And exhale, let your heels gently sink. Shifting your weight to your left foot, right toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Toes are slightly turned open and we let those hips be heavy. Pressing through that back heel, long stretch. You can always have your hips a little bit higher. That's absolutely fine. As you exhale, step that right foot back to plank, toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Shifting our weight to our right foot, left toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Toes are slightly turned open and let those hips be heavy. Breathe. We want to feel that good stretch on the front of that right leg, into the outside of that left hip, into that left groin. We're lifting out of the shoulders, staying strong through the belly. Just breathe. And we step that left foot back to plank, toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. Inhaling up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And exhale, let your heels gently sink. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Soft bend in those knees. Hands to the elbows, hold on. And just gently sway side to side. Big, full, deep breaths. Coming back to center. Relax your arms. And slowly ragdoll your way up. Stacking each vertebra. Coming all the way up. A big shoulder roll at the top. And let those shoulders slide down and away. Do that again, big shoulder roll. Take it up and back and let those shoulders slide down and away. Let's bring the big toes to touch, little space between the heels. Roll those shoulders up and back, palms open to the front. Inhale, reach it high. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center as you sit to chair. Sink as deeply into chair as feels good to you. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, sink. Again, inhale, half lift. And exhale, sink. Stay low. Sweep those arms back to flight as you hinge forward. Tummy coming towards those thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Extend through those fingertips, palms facing the ground. Breathe. We lift the chest and pull those hands back to heart center. Find a focal point out in front of you and shift your weight forward, lifting your heels as high as you can lift them. Breathe. Stay high on the balls of the feet and slowly rise, extending those arms as you extend the legs. Core strong, reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathe. Solid and strong. Slowly releasing your heels to the mat. Shifting your weight back towards your heels. Lift your toes. Just lift them and hold them, activating the muscles through the tops of the feet. Rock back to your heels, open those feet, and gently let your toes come to rest. Open your arms out to a T, crossing that right arm out in front. Left hand to the right tricep just below the shoulder, and pull it in nice and tight. Gently lean your right or your left ear towards your left shoulder. Pressing that right shoulder down and away. Head up nice and tall. We turn and look out over our right shoulder. Breathe. Little tuck of your chin down towards your right shoulder. Lift your gaze, turn it back to face front, taking that right arm up and back, bending that right elbow, hand just centered down the back of the body. A gentle press of that left hand, deepening the stretch to that right tricep and into the shoulder. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right foot crosses behind, bringing those ankles just as tightly together as you can get them, and squeeze those inner thighs. That left hand can remain on the elbow or circle that left arm around behind. Reaching up, can you find your fingertips? Lock them if you can, and then let's lean to the left. As much or as little as you like. Gaze can remain forward or look up along the inside of that right arm. It's going to challenge your balance a little bit more. Just do what feels good to you. Inhale it back to center, gazing back to center, releasing that right foot from behind the left. Release your hands, extend your right arm. And then the left, turn your palms to face front and exhale, pull those elbows back and down. Open up that chest, cactus arms. Once more, reach it up. And exhale, pull. Inhale, reach it up and open those arms out to a T, crossing that left arm out in front, right hand to the tricep just below the shoulder, pull it in nice and tight. That left shoulder down and away, and then a little lean of your right ear towards your right shoulder. Just stretching down that left side of the neck. Inhale, head up nice and tall, and as you exhale, turn and look out over that left shoulder. Breathe. Little tuck of your chin towards your left collarbone or shoulder. We lift our gaze, bringing it back towards center, lifting that left arm up and back, bending that left elbow, hand just right down the center of your back. Right hand to the left elbow and just gently press. Breathe. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left foot crosses behind the right. Bring those ankles just as tightly together as you can get them. And again, your right hand can remain where it is or circle that right arm around behind, reaching up, locking those fingertips. As you exhale, lean to the right. As much or as little as you like, squeezing those inner thighs, gazing forward or looking up along the inside of that left arm. Breathe. Slow, steady breaths. Inhaling it back to center. Release your hands, extend your left arm, and then the right. Releasing that left foot from behind the right, and pull those elbows back and down. Cactus arms, 2 of them. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, pull. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile. Press it through up dog. Optional push-up if you like. To down dog. And let's sway those hips side to side. Head's heavy, face is soft. Just breathing. Coming back to center. Shift your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back foot to the mat. We stand tall to warrior one. Squaring the pelvis, facing front, back heel pressing into the mat. Bring your palms to touch. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. Inhale, reach it high, and as you exhale, arch it back. Gazing up. Breathe. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Open those arms out to a T. Find a focal point out in front of you. Shift your weight forward up onto the ball of the back foot. And as you're ready, up onto that right leg. Add a flex of that left foot and slowly roll it open. Arms open out to a T. We roll the pelvis open. We lengthen from fingertip to fingertip. Breathe. And slowly rolling your tummy and chest back to your warrior three. Bending that right leg and a giant step back once again to your warrior one. Circle those arms to the back. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. As you exhale, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Shift your weight to the left arm. Right arm reaches high. As you exhale, right hand passes through between the left arm and leg. And roll it open. Reach it high. Exhale, pass it through. And roll it open. Last one, pass it through. And roll it open. And gently release it down. Sweep it back, right leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile. Press it through up dog. Optional push-up if you like. To down dog. And just breathe. And allow those heels to sink. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back heel to the mat. Stand tall. Warrior one. Back leg long. Right heel presses into the mat. And breathe. Palms touch. Interlace the fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. And as you exhale, arch it back. Keeping that pelvis facing front. Staying low into that lunge. Breathe. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Open those arms out to a T. Find a focal point out in front of you and shift your weight forward up onto the ball of the back foot. And then as you're ready, up onto that left leg. Flex that right foot and let's roll it open. Keeping that core nice and strong, extending from fingertip to fingertip. Solid. Through that left foot. Core strong, slowly rotate it back to your warrior three. Bending your supporting leg, giant step back to your warrior one. Take a second and find that warrior one. Circle those arms to the back. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg high. As you exhale, sweep that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Toes are slightly turned open. Shift your weight to your right hand, left arm high. Exhale, pass that left hand through. Reach it back. And roll it open. Reach it high. Exhale, pass it through. Great stretch in that lower back. And roll it open. Reach it high. We have one more of those. Pass it through. Roll it open and reach. And gently release it down. Sweep it back and extend left leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. Just hold. Just hold your down dog and breathe. Sit bones are high, head's heavy. Let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. We inhale up to the balls of the feet. As you exhale, bend your knees, lower your bottom, come into a tight little squat. And then inhale, press it forward to plank. Lift your hips high on the balls of the feet. As you inhale, bend the knees, lower down, tight little squat. Exhale, press it forward to plank. Lift your hips high to that down dog on the balls of those feet. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, bend the knees. Lower down to your tight little squat. Inhale, pop it forward to plank. And exhale, lift your hips high up on the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, let your heels gently sink. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And as you exhale, take a giant step back. Open those arms out to a T. Toes are turned out to the outside corners of your mat. Rotate palms high. Inhale, reach. And exhale, sunflowers, grand plie down. Sweep the arms down and then up and overhead. Little tap of the fingers, little squeeze of those buns. And grand plie. And reach and tap. And grand plie. And reach and tap. Stay long on those legs. Open those arms out to a T. As you exhale, roll that right shoulder forward. Look out over your left arm. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, roll that left shoulder in. Gaze out over your right arm. And back to center. Bend your knees. Sink low. Again, right shoulder rolls in. If you want to keep the legs long, keep them long. And then left shoulder rolls in. And back to center. Pull the hands to heart center. Goddess pose. Breathe. We lift that right heel. Little lift, little lower. 2 more times. Little lift, little lower. 1 more time. Little lift and lower. Release that right heel. Lift the left and lift. Lower. Just hands at heart center. Lift and lower. 1 more time. Lift and lower. Release the heel. Place the hands to the insides of the knees. As you exhale, press that right knee out and away as you look out over your left shoulder. Inhale it back to center, core strong. Exhale, press that left knee out and away. Inhale it back to center 1 more time, each direction. Press that right knee out and away. And inhale it back to center 1 more time. Press that left knee out and away. And back through to center, core strong. Release one hand and then the other. Come low. Sink in. Oh, feeling the groin, feeling those hips. Let's slide from side to side. Doesn't matter which way you go first, just side to side. You can make this as big as you want it to be or as small as it needs to be. Both the soles of the feet staying connected to the ground. Coming back to center. Heel toe your feet in once. Bend those knees. Bring your hands forward. Come up to the pads of the fingers. We're going to roll that left knee in and tap. If it doesn't tap the mat, that's okay. Come back to center. Right knee, tap it and open. Left knee, tap it and open. You feel those quads? Yes. Tap it and open and extend. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Bring the hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll those shoulders up and back. Lift your hands as high as you like. Let those arms be heavy. Let your upper body be heavy. Breathe. Little tuck of your chin up towards your chest, gazing up just beyond your bum. Breathe. Slowly bringing the hands to the small of the back. Gently releasing those arms, letting them hang. Find your breath and slowly roll it up. Ragdoll on your way, all the way up. A big shoulder roll at the top and shoulders slide down and away. Do that again, big shoulder roll. Take it up and back and let those shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach it high. Pull the hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet in once. We want those feet wider than the hips, and then slowly bend the knees. We're lowering down. You can stop whenever you need to stop. If you need support with those hands, bring the hands forward. If you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. Elbows to the insides of the knees. We come to Garland pose or yogi squat. Releasing that left hand to the inside of your foot. Right arm reaches high. High as you can reach. Find your breath. We pull those hands back to heart center, elbows to the insides of the knees. Right hand to the inside of the right foot, left arm reaching up. Find your breath. Bottom can be a little bit higher. That's okay. And back to center, elbows to knees, hands to heart center. Draw that pelvis through. And slowly, leading with the crown of the head rather than letting your bottom lift first. It's challenging. We slowly begin to rise. Firing up those legs, strong into those hips. Interlace your fingers, press your palms out and up. And exhale, lean to the left. Look up along the inside of that right arm. Good stretch all the way down that right side. Inhaling it back up. And exhale, lean to the right. Turn and look up along the inside of that left arm. Inhaling it back to center. Pull the hands to heart center. We turn and step to the top of the mat to mountain. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Holding your plank, toes or knees. We're going to add some movement here if you'd like to. You don't have to. You can just hold. You can come to child's pose or grab a drink of water. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right knee pulls into elbow and presses straight back. Knee to elbow, presses straight back. One more time. Right knee, right elbow, and straight back. Now through center. Pull it in, press it back. Pull it in, press it back one more time. Pull it in, press it back. Yes, we're gonna cross. Right knee to the left elbow and back. Right knee, left elbow and back. One more time. Cross it, press it, set it. Lift your hips. Down dog for a moment. What do you notice? That was a lot of work. Lifting those sit bones, head heavy. You know what's coming. We got that left leg, right? We're going to inhale it to high plank. You can just hold your plank. You don't have to move. You can be on your toes or your knees, hands or forearms. You can stay in child's pose or down dog. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left leg lifts. Left knee, left elbow. And press it back. 3 of each. Left knee, left elbow. Press it back. Left knee, left elbow, press it back. Now through center. Pull it in, press it out, pull it in, press it out. One more time. Pull it in, press it out. Now we take it to the right elbow. Can you touch it? If you're like, nope, not yet, it's okay. And back. One more time. Draw it in, press it back, release it. Lift your hips. Whew, that was a lot. Good work, you guys. And breathe. Inhaling it to high plank. Release your knees wide. Untuck your toes and press it back to extended child's pose. Breathe. Find your breath. And let's go ahead and walk our hands back towards our knees. We're going to come over onto our right hip and we're going to extend the legs out, creating a 90-degree bend. Okay, so from our hips, the leg is going to go, left leg goes straight out and straight down to the foot. Right leg straight out from the hip joint. So you're making a 90-degree, like 2/3 of a box. Okay. Arms can be behind you for support or out in front if you can stay up nice and tall. We're going to do our very best to keep that 90-degree bend. and we flip it. How's that 90 degree? Did you lose it, or did that left foot come in a little bit? Keep that 90 degrees. If you can, use that front edge of your mat and flip it. Do we still have that 90 degree? And flip it. So we're really working that range of motion and mobility in the hips. And flip it. Now you might notice that you're kind of walking forward along your mat. It's okay. And flip it. We have one more each. How's that 90 degree? Do you still have it? Pretty close. And up and over. Do you still have it? Nice. Bring your hands down. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down towards the top of your mat, extending your legs out long, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Sit up tall. Right hand pressing along that outside or the inside of that right knee. You can stay right here. Feels good to you? Bring your hands behind you and pull that left heel in. Walk your hands in as tightly as you like. Make sure that you haven't lost your neck entirely, and lift. So making sure we still have a neck, those shoulders are down and away, and just a really nice stretch in that outer hip. Breathe. If you like, back that left foot off just enough so that you can wrap the elbows around the outside edge of your knee and the outside edge of your foot and draw that leg in nice and tight, kind of like a little baby. Okay? Breathe. If you like, we're going to rock it back and lift that left foot. That's going to kick in your core muscles a little bit. If that makes you lose that stretch, if you need the stretch, keep it. If you like, you can extend that left leg and flex your foot. Breathe. A little fun if you want. Bend that left knee, reach down. Can you find your foot with that right hand? Just hold on to it. Do you feel what that does to your core? Working hard. Breathe. Gently releasing that foot. Extend the leg if it was. Point your toes. Bend the knee, set your foot down and release the ankle. Slide that left leg back out. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe. We're just going to lift that right knee, wrapping the crook of that left elbow around the knee. Bring your hand behind you. Prop yourself up nice and tall and look out over your back shoulder. All the while pulling your knee in towards your chest. Should feel so good all along that lower back and into that right hip. Breathe. Right arm reaches back, circles up and over. And we're going to cross the back of the right arm along the inside of that right leg. Left hand behind you, prop yourself up and just gently press against the knee. Now a little added resistance, so you're kind of pushing your knee into that right arm as the arm presses against the knee. Breathe. And circle that right arm up. Really sit down. Extend right leg out. Left ankle crosses just above the right knee. Sit up nice and tall. Find your breath. Feels good to you. Bring your hands behind you. Pull that right foot in as tight as you like. And again, we'll walk those hands up. Doesn't matter which direction your fingers are facing. Just make sure that you haven't lost your neck into your shoulders, but that your shoulders are pressing down and away, and we're lengthening through the crown of the head. Beautiful stretch in that left hip. If you feel your bottom kind of floating off of your mat, back off just a little bit. You're just a little bit too close. Breathe. If you like, you can back that right foot off just enough to wrap the crook of the elbow around the outside edge of your foot and around the outside of the knee. And we're going to pull the knee in nice and tight. Crossing that shin across the chest, just pulling it in. A little lean back if you like. Again, we're going to start to engage that core. If you don't want to, focus on your hip and let go of that core. If it feels right to you, lift that right knee. So there's that first initial whoop with the core, trying to figure out how to stabilize. If you like, extend the right leg, maybe flex your foot. Breathe. If you like, bend that right knee, reach down with that left hand. Can you take a hold of your foot? That's a whole lot of different activity going on. Your body's like, what? Listen, keep a sense of humor. If it's not right, it's just not right today. It's okay. And gently release the foot, extend the leg, flex your foot. Bend the knee and gently release it down. Sliding that right leg out. Sitting up nice and tall. Just let that left knee roll open out to the side. Breathe. We lift that left knee, left sole of the foot to the mat, wrapping the crook of that right elbow around the knee, left hand behind you, sit up tall, and turn and take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Really sitting up as tall as you can sit. Breathe in as deeply as you can breathe. We extend that left arm straight back, circle it up and over, and we're going to cross the back of that left arm along the inside of the left knee. Right hand behind you, prop yourself up. We press into that left knee as the knee presses into the arm, and turn and take your gaze out over your back shoulder. Little tuck of your chin down towards your collarbone if that feels okay. We reach that right arm back, circling it up and over, releasing and extending that left leg out. Flex your feet, reach it high. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Release your hands and relax the weight of your upper body down. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet, lower your arms to shoulder height, and slowly roll it back. We pull that right knee in, hands to the shin, just below your knees. We roll the ankle. We point and flex the foot. Softening that foot, extending left arm out to a T. Right hand's going to guide that right knee up and out towards your armpits, just opening out to the side a bit. Keeping that pelvis as level as possible. That left side of the pelvis is going to try and lift a little bit. Feel the strength in your core, keeping that pelvis level. Reaching down, taking a hold of that right leg and extend that right leg. You can keep a hold of the leg, or you can reach up to the outside edge of your foot, or perhaps even your big toe with your first two fingers and thumb, and just let that leg open out to the side again, working to keep that pelvis as level as possible. You can gently pull with that right arm, or you can just let that right arm be heavy. Stretching through the groin, through the glute. Slowly, we bring that right leg to center. As that leg comes to center, release your hand, bend that right knee. Left hand's going to reach up and across, guiding that right leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders against the mat, just as best you can, and turn and take your gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Nice, big, deep breaths. Releasing that left hand, rolling back to center. Extending your right leg to the sky, point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through your hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Left knee pulls in, hands to the shin just below your knee. Pull it in nice and tight. Point and flex your foot. Roll the ankle. Just move it however it feels good to you. Checking in. Giving the ankle a little bit of love. Wiggling the toes, whatever needs to happen for that foot and the ankle. And then just soften that foot. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand's going to guide that left knee up and out towards your armpit. Opening up through the groin. Nice stretch down the front of that right leg. And breathe. We reach down with that left hand, taking a hold anywhere along the leg you like, outside edge of your foot, or perhaps your big toe. And we're going to let that left leg open out to the side. just as much as feels good to you. And again, working to keep that pelvis as level as you can. So feeling those obliques on that right side kicking in to help keep that pelvis level. Just giving some love into the hips, the pelvis, the groin, and those abdominals. No panting, no holding of your breath, just slow, steady breaths. And just using the strength of the leg, we lift that leg back to center. As you reach the center, release that left arm out to a T, bend that left knee, right hand takes a hold of that left knee and guides it across your body. Keeping both shoulders connected to the mat. Turning and looking out over that left shoulder. Breathe, letting go of tension and tightness in the lower back. Sending that healing breath wherever you need it today. Releasing that right hand, rolling it back to center, extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Let's extend those arms overhead. Point your toes, reach. If that is not comfortable with your arms overhead, maybe out to a field goal. If that's not an option, just relax the arms and just reach through those toes. Otherwise, that pencil stretch, we make ourselves just as long as we possibly can. And then wiggle your toes. Point and flex your feet. Keep reaching through those fingertips if that's okay for your shoulders. And then soften your feet and begin to slide those arms down to a field goal. Elbows right in line with the shoulders, backs of the hands to the mat, and just allow them to be heavy and open. Noticing if your hands are kind of floating off of the ground, it's okay. Just relax. Just telling you that your shoulders are a little tight. Let your feet just naturally roll open. Now slowly begin to extend through those arms and just gently sweep those arms down by your sides, palms open to the sky. Lift the chest, roll those shoulder blades underneath you just a little bit to let go of any little bit of tension left at the base of the neck, top of the back, and through the shoulders. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest, releasing any tension at the base of the head, top of the neck, throughout that cervical spine. Legs can be long, or you are welcome to bend your knees, allowing those knees to gently rest against one another. Toes are slightly turned in. So really whatever position feels good to you, where your body and your mind can be quiet and still. If you prefer a seated position, make that so. We take a few moments to clear our head, to allow our body to be still, to focus on the length and depth of our breath, giving ourselves an opportunity to just simply be. Through the stillness of our being and the quietness of our mind, we find a sense of peace and well-being. We forgive old past hurts. We are present in today, feeling light and carefree. We honor the gift of today, not to carry the burdens of yesterday, but to be present in the gift of now. We feel safe, calm, able to truly relax and assimilate all of the work that we have put into our practice today, offering a sense of peace and strength in all that we do. Take the time you need. Be present in your breath. As your body and your mind are ready, you are welcome to come back up to a seated position, one that feels good to you. Take your time. As you sit tall, we pull the hands to heart center, a gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest, a moment of gratitude in this opportunity to move, to breathe, to strengthen, to be present, and to be together. We lift our gaze, open our eyes. My friends, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. Be well. Always an honor, always a privilege. And until the next time, namaste.